Yo, what's good? It's your boy, and as you can see, we are on the Trello today, and we are going to be talking about which shard is the best. And I honestly have two answers to which shard is the best, but I can't necessarily pick one or another because metas change, updates happen, things get nerfed, things get buffed. But I can definitely tell you the two best as well as the worst in the game. So let's just hop right in. So I'm gonna just go like with the worst first, and that's gonna be this one, the regenerative shard. It heals you like 0.2 damage. It heals nothing. It requires so many for it to be like viable, and it's just like, it's kind of just the definition of mediocre when it comes to Arcanium shards, man. Like, truthfully, there's not a lot to say about other than that. It's literally just mid. It doesn't proficiently do its job, and even when it does do its job, it's not even that good, bruh. Okay, now instead of just like telling you all the two best after telling you the worst, we'll go over the ones in the middle. So like, first off, we got striking shard. This one's kind of in the middle. To drastically increase the damage of your striking against completely healthy foes. It's basically just good for a one hit. So if you leave the boss at max health and then hit him with like a connoisseur, you know, your one hit's gonna do a shit ton of damage. But if it doesn't one hit, then the shards on your weapon become pretty useless. So that's why it can never be the best. It can work for some builds and be like the perfect shard for the build and make busted builds, but it'll never be the overall best. Then we got the executing shard to increase the damage of your attack against low health foes. This one sounds good until you realize like it basically just doesn't kick in until like the last like fifth of the fight, which is just kind of awful. I just don't see a point in like planning on not being able to like chunk its health and stuff. There's just no point. And then we got the reversing shard, right? An Arcanium shard that can infuse your weapon to increase your damage based on the amount of status effects you have. It's but like, we kind of just have a better one. You know, like, you're never gonna have too many status effects on yourself, because most of the time if you have a lot, you usually have curse, which means you're gonna have to self-cure and get rid of them. So I don't see a point in ever using the reversing shard. But now we're gonna go over the best ones, okay? So the best ones, the two best in my opinion, are Shattering, an Arcanium shard that can infuse your weapon and increase your damage based on the amount of status effects your enemy has. For those that don't know, damage over time builds exist, debuff builds like Hexer exist, and then you pair that with like a Elementalist Connoisseur one shot like my build. If you have Shatterings on it, bro, with all those, and you pop that Connoisseur, you're just one shotting literally anything in the game. And my build's not even maxed out yet. When I made the video, I only had 2 shards onto my weapon. I still have like 4 more to get. Can't wait to like max out the shards on that weapon though, man. And then Voltaic. Voltaic is very strong. An Arcanium shard that can infuse your weapon to increase the chance of energy being received upon attacking. It's really strong. It's free energy at the cost of basically nothing, except for the possibility to min-max damage a little bit more by putting on an Empowering or a Shattering instead of this one. But I just don't see a point. You might as well just get a couple Voltaics and a couple damaging one, in my opinion, because Voltaic is really, really good. It's really, really useful. And then I actually do have a little bit of an honorable mention. The Empowering shard. An Arcanium shard that can infuse your weapon to deal increased damage. This just is a flat buff. It is a flat buff, and it's really good. But the issue is, with the meta we're in right now, the Shattering is just so much more stronger, because you're never gonna have a boss where you aren't applying mass amounts of debuff, because of how popular Alchemist is as a subclass, as well as just DOT Assassins as a build. So Empowering shard is kind of like an honorable mention. If DOT ever falls on a meta, and like Hexer and stuff like that, where like you're not applying any debuffs, then I can see this being pretty strong. I can see it being better than Shattering. But with our current meta and this like standpoint in the game, I don't see a point in not using Shattering. You feel me? I just think Dot Assassin is too popular for it to not be very viable. It's just too good. And since I showed y'all all about the shards, I figured I'd mention the gems and also just show you how to use shards. So the Tempurus gem removes an Arcanium shard off your weapon. This is for like the people that basically like accidentally put faint or weak shards, you know, for beginner stuff like that. Not really worth it in my opinion. I would never put anything faint, weak, or strong. Only use pure and radiant. And if you can, don't even use pure, just use radiant, because there's no point in using anything below radiant unless there's not that big of a gap between them. But I'm not the most knowledgeable on shards, I'll be honest with you. I know like the bare minimum. And then you have the Arcanium crystal. This can add a extra shard slot to your weapon. So as you go up into the higher tiers of weapons, they start with less slots, and you have to actually gain those slots through Arcanium crystals. But you need Arcanium crystals and cast, so it can kind of be annoying actually. But overall, it's not too bad. Now, I'm going to show y'all where you can use your shards, Arcanium crystals, and Tempurus gem. Here we are. We're in the hometown of Arcane Lineage, bro. We're in the Caldera, bro. But I'm just going to show y'all. So from like the center, from the place you're spawning, you want to head towards the bank. And then hook a right into this building with the little Arcanium crystal on it. And this guy is who modifies your weapons. Now, I can't modify anything because I'm pretty sure I'm out of slots, if I'm right. Currently has 0 shards on... Yeah, so, and I believe I have a Radiant Empowering, and then, like... I have, like, an Empowering and a Voltaic. Let me actually check. I'm not sure which color means which. I'll put it up on screen right now. So, according to Trello, red means regenerative, light blue means voltaic, dark blue means striking, green means empowering, shattering, I'm not sure which one shattering is. Do I have a shattering on me? I do. Shatterings are like pink. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken then, here, let me re-equip my Dark Blood Staff. Let me equip it, bro. Right now. So we have like the pink and the light green. So the shattering and the empowering. So we have a shattering and empowering. I still want to get like a couple voltaics on here, or at least one voltaic, I'd say. But yeah, so basically, if you had extra slots on your weapon, realistically, what you'd want to do is pop over here with a shard. I'd like to modify my weapon. I'd like to apply a shard. Now, if you wanted to remove a shard, I believe you would go, I'd like to modify, I'd like to remove a shard, and then you're going to need a Tempurus gem. And then to expand a slot, you need 7,500 gold, as well as an Arcanium crystal. Now, that's how you use Arcanium shards and stuff like that. Or not Arcanium shards. That's how you use like the shards for your weapons and stuff. If y'all found this video useful, make sure to say something in the comments. Make sure to like up this video and check out my other content. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.